Good evening. I hope someone's here to check my sound. I'm trying to use a new mic setting tonight, so let me know. It should be louder than last time, so let me know if it's too loud, too quiet. If the background music is too loud, let me know. Good evening, Scalver. I'm actually working on the Fractured Memories proxy for Merlin. So similar to the Alice's Phantasmagoria, I'm going to be doing that one. You can see, yeah. So it's going to have Fractured Memories on top, and then the bottom's going to have all that reminder text. Oh, good evening, Cyrus. How are you doing? Welcome in. I'm trying a new mic setting tonight, so let me know if it's too loud, too quiet. I think I raised the music a bit loud. Maybe I should lower it a bit. Yeah, no worries, no worries. But yeah, so I'm doing a setting where it's like Merlin with the looking glass in the background, and then actually let me vibes wise, like she's going to have like fragments of like a crystal here. So like similar to the Phantasmagoria one, I'm planning to put like shards here to like look like you want to put your dice there. And then there's also going to be like shards like here and here, and it's going to have like reflections of like Merlin's memories. So like the evil Lorraine and maybe like a reflection of Ganyeda. I don't know, maybe a image of like the Proto-Key crest because that's like relevant to her lore. I'll make it a little bit more of like a lore heavy piece compared to the Alice one. You're suffering artist block. I feel that. Like, it took me so many sketches to like settle on this Merlin one. Like, I just couldn't figure out like what to do. Like, do I just want her standing? Do I want her sitting? What do I want the composition to be? And this one was like okay enough that I was like, okay, I can work with this. Sylvie's lore so mid. I don't, I don't know what else to say. I'm really glad that Azoth has so much juicy lore that I can eat that up. I can also say that Alan's lore is legitimately non-existent. I really hope they add more lore. Like, did y'all see the Duchess thing? The announcement for the Duchess card for RDO, and it has like Duchess play around with the Proto-Key crest that Merlin left on the ground. I was like, oh my god, is there more to it? Like, I honestly thought that was the end of the story through Merlin's Reco deck thing. That was insane. Uh, 80% of the story is Sylvie just walking in the forest. That is very correct. Like, wait, did we have one thing is like one of the lore was Sylvie meeting Nimue, right? At one point, and like becoming friends with Wolfie. I can't really remember anything else. I hope there's more to it, even when she's not there. Merlin's still staring. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how like Merlin's like everywhere she walks, she just causes trouble, even if she like does it intentionally or not. It's so funny. Yeah, like I think like lore article wise, it's kind of unfair to say which one's your favorite because like Diana has so many articles, and then like Merlin has so much lore from her Reco deck compared to like the other champions. But I really like the Azoth articles. Like it gave us so much insight about like Ariana, Arsana Diana, and like even like Tenor. So we got to learn a little bit about Adrian and like how something happened to him. Like we got like a little bit more insight about like Claude's history. So like for me, like I ate up all the Azoth lore, so like I was eating very well. Diana is the only one with a completed lore story. That is true, yeah. Because like I know like all the other ones, even Lorraine, like she has an article, but it's not her entire article. But I know it's like in between like Lorraine's article and the Azoth ones, it's like there's been like changes in terms of who's in charge of writing the lore. So like there was like the era before Belle joined, and then now there's like the era where Belle joined the lore, but then she has other people. Was it Apricot working on the lore? I think Apricot's amazing. The recent lore articles are absolute stellar chef's kiss. So yeah, I'm really curious. I really would love to see them like revisit like some of the other ones, like when they go into RDO. Lorraine has two parts and leads off with trying to summon the majestic spirit. Yes, yeah, I remember reading that. Yeah, like I want to know a little bit more about exactly how like Merlin took over Lorraine. Like a lot of people are like, did she get her body taken over? Is it like a clone of her? Like, did she actually lose her memories and just get replaced with Merlin's? Was Merlin's body still existing when Lorraine turned evil? Like, there's a lot of questions about that. If someone does have answers to it, like please let me know because I'm very curious about that. Do we have any articles for Rye? I feel like we might have, but like I just don't remember. I remember we have an article for Xander for sure, and I know we have at least one article for Tristan. Uh, who else? like Tenoris' story is through the Azoth lore, so it's not like from his POV per se, but he is in the lore. Kong Ming has some, and it gives a little bit of hinting of Goja and that mysterious man. And then CL has his starter thing, right? Just ruin my mini project, please. I think Merlin has to take Lorraine's body because she needed to tap into the Crux ley line. That makes sense. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. And then maybe that's why like Merlin was able to like attune with the Crux ley line in Underland so easily because she's already used to it. Rai's article is just Rai getting summoned and reading some books. Oh, so there is a Rai lore. I should read that. Xander's lore is even less than Sylvie. Yeah. Oh, hi, Kenmaku. Good evening. How are you doing? I am working on a new Merlin proxy for her fractured memories, but welcome in. Feel free to chat or just stick around. Yeah, we're talking about lore. Xander's lore is even less than Sylvia is kind of correct. I do remember reading Xander's thing, and Xander's thing was basically like him like learning about the Korhazi way. So we learned a lot more about like the Korhazi like church than Xander himself. Lorraine was the person closest to him, so Merlin took over Lorraine to get him to drop his guard, killed him. Yeah. Uther, right? Yeah. Didn't see my Rye Lord one. I feel like I did, but it just didn't like occur to me that like Rye Lord. I'll check your stuff again, Saris. Yeah, your lore pieces are always really fun to look at. Like I don't know how you do like the monotone thing so consistently and so well. Like I'm doing like a monochrome shading right now, but like I honestly just like slap the grayscale shading right now, and then I just like hope that the gradient map fixes everything for me. I'm trying to use a new brush that I got on Clip Studio. I'm not sure if I'm vibing this one. It's like one where it's like soft edge, and then yeah, it's like if you do light pressure, it's like a harder brush. Maybe this one. Yeah, I like this one a lot. Oh, hi, Kane. Good evening. Is it Kane Kai? I keep forgetting how to pronounce it. Good evening. Thank you. I'm working on the Merlin proxy. Yeah. Oh, did y'all see my Alice one that I finished? I think it turned out pretty good, and I thank everyone who stuck around to like watch me like stumble through it. I think it turned out pretty good, and it's also I think one of my fastest proxies I made. Like that one probably took me like including the sketch and the base color that I did off stream and the finishing. Doing that UI part takes the most time. I think I finished that in like 8 hours. The other ones usually take closer to like over 10 hours to make. So pretty proud of the speed. You're literally coloring black and white grayscale and applying a preset color balance for each set lore. Nothing special. Really? We love digital art. That looks really good though. But yeah, Saris and Ken, I'm not sure if you use Clip Studio Paint, but make sure you get your Clippy login bonus this month. You get free Clippies. Yeah. How are y'all doing in terms of RDO hype? Are you like what kind of lore? Like now that we know that RDO will have lore based cards like the Duchess one, like is there any specific lore cards you want to see in the next set? Like for me, like I'm just begging on my knees for Alan to just be relevant again. I would love to see Bedivere. I want to see more Cambria stuff. But I would love to see more like Bedivere art because like I like how like Azoth had like a lot of cards involving like the unique allies. So like we had like Rose and Dahlia, even like Andronica with like the Eternal Directive, and like with the Merlin Reco deck, we got to see some more lore-based art with the Cambria story. So we got to see like Nimue and Merlin fighting and stuff, and Merlin defeating Nimue. I thought it was really cool. I would love to see more of the Cambria stuff too. Ooh, Procreate, maybe. I love Procreate. Yeah, all of this was originally done on Procreate, and then I export it into Clip Studio Paint for the next steps. Like I usually like just sketching in bed or sketching at the office during my lunch break. And then I import it here because my iPad is a baby and it can only handle up to like 5 layers before it explodes. So once I'm done with the sketch, I chuck it into Clip Studio Paint on my laptop and then I stream it here. But yeah, Procreate is really good. I love it. More melodies and harmonies for Alan. Yeah. Please. So he doesn't whip all the time. Everyone's like, yeah, Blissful Calling exists. And I'm like, it's only Blissful Calling. I guess, like, did y'all know that you can actually have Alan glimpse into Brackish Ludus? Because Brackish Ludus is, I forgot which one it was, but it was one of a harmony or melody. Oh, hi, Lord Generic. Good evening. How are you doing? Working on a Merlin proxy tonight. Talking about lore and hyper-RDO. Let me know what you're excited for. Ella needs a crumb of pride for creatures. I am on my knees. We have Geldis. I'm smiling. You can't tell. I really want Norm Allen to work. I had the deck brew. I brought it to locals last week and asked for some like opinions about it. And people told me that it's like a pretty good list. It's just like we don't know what the meta's going to be like yet. I'm like so tempted at putting it together, but like at the same time, I don't want to build it, play it for like 2 games, and like not play it again. Yeah, try that art process. It's pretty fun. Like it's like for me, I'm mainly trying to switch to Clip Studio just because of like all the bajillion assets. Like I really like all the brush assets, all the 3D assets. It helps really like it me switching to Clip really helped me improve my art in the past year. I think like that was like my personal year goal was to try to use Clip Studio more than Procreate. It's great. It's really great if you have that. Kane wants to see more Lorraine stuff, like maybe her realizing that Berlin has done to her body. Yeah, I want to know like the aftermath of the Cambria story. Like so Merlin wreaked havoc using Lorraine's body, but like and it was like that's all we know. And we know that like Merlin got the Excalibur, she killed Uther, she caused havoc, but like what's the ending of the Cambria story? Like, do we know? Like I don't think we know. Yeah, like does Lorraine survive? Can we see Lorraine in future sets in different worlds, or are we going to have to like do in the past version set for Lorraine champions? Clockwork Music Box can make Ludus a fast speed ally. Wait, I never thought about that. That's so funny. That's actually really funny. Lord Generic, you're doing well? Excellent. Just finishing stream myself. Oh, Otskare. Gellus is the pillar keeping my boy viable. Shaking hands with you, man. Like, for real. Like, I really want Alan to work, and I really like Geldis. I like big animals. I think they're really funny. They're kind of neat. Like, I really, really want them to work, and like, I hope Weaves knows there's a dedicated Alan fandom. Like, we're all waiting. We're all waiting patiently. We would love to see Alan support. Let's change the brush size here. Still mad they released Clockwork Music Box and no new song in the set. In PTM? You're right. I don't recall any harmony melodies in PTM. We did have a few in DTR with the Griffin, but that's not a harmony or melody. That's just a Griffin that synergizes with it. Biggest issue, we don't have any knowledge on the meta yet. Yeah, I think everyone's just saving up their actual good brews until like after Manila. So until then, we gotta just wait and see. I feel like was it like Ciel Ablation's pretty much good. Like Defoe Awakening is just such a good card. I feel like he's gonna be seeing some play. There's also like decks that are already kind of good. Like Jin is like pretty much set in stone with like a few changes here and there. So I think Jin will be a really great deck that can perform well if the person can pilot it well. I think Shadow Strike Tristan will also see play. I don't know if any of the new assassin cards in PTM synergize with Tristan because they're supposed to be for Merlin, but I'm curious. I feel like Razor Gale Calming is just going to be still pretty scary, especially with Calming Breeze being a thing. But yeah. Deck building is kind of hard when you suck at deck building. That's me. Kind of get inspiration from decks and then tweak it to your needs. Yeah, that's what I do. Usually just like net deck stuff, and then I kind of tweak it to like match my playstyle. That's like me with my cardistry deck. I think I copied Superior's deck first, and then I played around with it to change it to how I want to play it. Cambria Aftermath is peaceful reunion. Oh yeah. So they were able to defeat the baddie, and Lorraine was able to get back into her body, I guess. Yeah, I guess Lorraine looked pretty happy in that the original peaceful reunion arc. So I hope she's doing fine. I hope our girlie's doing pretty okay. Who's the enemy in GA actually? We know for sure that Oblivia is up to no good. So we know Vanitas and Nico Polcock are up to no good. We know that Merlin was, and Tristan is part of the Proto archive. And like, I think like by like what Proto means is probably like precedes the Grand Archives, and maybe it's like the OG one. We don't know what the two archives relationship are yet. Maybe we might get some in RDO. I'm guessing like I'm also curious about like how maybe they can integrate more like homeworld lore through the draft ones. The draft cards, because I know all the regalia in the draft packs are associated with the homeworld. Maybe more lore about like the gods of the homeworld? Like what's it? Luxera, I only remember Luxera. Proxy is Proxia, right? Don't kill off my girl. You gotta have Lorraine live. The enemy's all Crux players, of course, saying the truth. Lord Generic, you're so right. Oh, it's Birdseye. Hello, good evening. How you doing? I'm just chilling here with everyone, talking about lore and stuff. Also working on the Merlin Proxy. Anytime Galdus, everyone. Yeah. Galdus. We will support Galdus through and through. There's an online regional tomorrow. That'll be interesting. Oh, wait, online regional. Is it the first regional of the season? That's so early. And it's before Ascent Manila. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't remember, like, if... I guess, yeah, previously, like, when Ascents weren't as abundant, like, we'd have a regional, and then the regional would start shaping up the meta and stuff. Oh, I'll definitely be following down Fractal Vince. I'm very curious to see how that one's going to pan out. Alright, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for a good Spectre ALS deck. Am I returning to my roots now? Heck yeah. Lorraine seems fine. She's just now has a stalker that wants to kill her really badly. Yeah. Oopsies, Tristan. Luxera, Gaia. Oh, wait, so Gaia is part of the homeworld? I thought Gaia was part of Cambria. Is she not? I know Lumina is a god within Cambria, right? And we don't really know what, like, we have, like, text descriptions of what Luxera and Proxia are, but we don't know, like, if their designs have been revealed in any way beyond text form. Like, I'm curious if, like, you know how, like, the World's prize card has, like, the three, like... Okay, I call them the three booba ladies, but, like, I wonder if we will ever figure out, like, which one's which. We do need some new slimes in the RDO. We have so many in card arts. We need more slimes. I think we're good on slimes as a person who always gets rolled by slimes. But what do y'all think about Ghastly Slime? From the newest set, we got a new Umbra. That's like the first time we had a second advanced slime for like the same element beyond Terra. Because I know Terra has King, the Slime King, and the one with like the antlers on it. Verdant Slime. That's what I remember, but I could be easily wrong. I wish all this lore was somewhere anyone could access, so it's really obscure or only mentioned once. I know. I think that's like my biggest gripe with the website. It's like so hard to search for the lore articles or like even like non-lore articles. Like sometimes like when I just want to like look up like a past like announcement and stuff, it's just like really hard to dig, and like searching is also kind of hard on the website. Like it's like it looks nice visually, but like in terms of searching for like the lore article is just so bad. Like because like there is like a lore or like a story tab, but like you actually can't find most of them through the story tab. You need to like scroll through. So I really hope they can, especially now that they're like pushing out the new lore articles. Like if you miss those tweets, it's like, or if you like don't have a friend who saved the links, like you're basically kind of lost in terms of how to find those articles. And they're like really good pieces of lore, and I think it's like, and for me, like I got into the game as a casual player who really likes story and lore and like the art rather than the gameplay. So like for people like who might be interested in the game through that way, is like I feel like it's like almost a waste if they don't like take advantage of that really cool articles that they made. Yeah, the website still doesn't have the search function. Yeah. It's like it's so close to being really good. You have literally bookmarked the Tristan article because it isn't added on the lore tab. Yeah, I remember I was looking for that Tristan lore one time because like I needed to like fact check a lore item, and I was like, where is this Tristan article? Like I could not find it for like a long time. Slimes are the true enemy. They have showed up in every world, the true primordial evil world. And yeah, I think they're worse than the Obliviate. Like, if you told me to team up, like, in terms of, like, morals between, like, the Obliviate and Slimes, I would easily side the Obliviate. GAE, TCG, Story, ALC, Diana 1's pretty easy to find. Oh, okay, so wait, so Diana 1, like, was that part of the... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I remember. But wait, so they don't have Diana 2 and 3 on the tab easily accessible? Even though they're, like, part of the same story? Or is the Diana 1 for the PTM one? And, like, CL's supposed to have one DTR article, if I recall. At least maybe 2. Because there's... Well, was it 1 or 2? I can't remember. There's an article tracker that you've been updating. Oh my god, you are my life savior. Holy frick. I'll definitely check the DMs. Thank you so much. That would be really good. Yeah, especially like now that like previously like I've been drawing mostly like GA fan art surrounding just like pose of a character with like hints of like references. Like I really want to now like focus more on lore related art vibe wise. So yeah, I would appreciate any resources. Also, yeah, I know this is a little bit on the more boring side, so they're just coloring in grayscale, but trust the process. So what I have here is I have the flats, like I'm gonna clean up the flats, but this is just kind of like an image to help me like visualize everything. And then once I'm done cleaning up the flat colors, my plan is to change it from a normal thing to an overlay. Not overlay. This layer from normal to overlay on the color layer. And you can kind of see like the shading here is present. And then I can play around with some things called the gradient maps to make it look better. But until then, I'm gonna keep working on the grayscale. Just one Sage. I thought the only reason AOC for Diana. Wasn't there? Or maybe I'm mistaking the CLDTR one for the Diana one, because I remember mentioned Diana at one point. CL has one article. Maybe we can make Alan the enemy Peter. Yeah, what if Alan goes to the dark side because like he got neglected by the Grand Archive? Be like, hey, notice me. And like he goes like evil mode, gets attuned with Arcane. And then maybe like Alan and Tony team up because they're like, man, I hate the Grand Archive. Let's join forces. Question. Oh, got it. Just curious what this is about. There you go. That makes it easier to see. Pied Piper. Neos, Alan, Insat Animals, and Automaton Animals. Bro, Engineer Slime would go so hard. I did play for like 2 weeks. I built a Alan Overlord deck that played Cell Converter since I need to cope really hard. And it played like Machine Monstrosity, the Mechanic Hair, and then also Engineer Slime was just really good because it's a beast, if I recall correctly. So you could actually use Bestial Frenzy to cleave the board for like 7. If you like, or big number. It worked for like 2 games. And then I kept getting rolled by everyone, and I was like, okay. They're running me. All tamers will basically be arcane. That's crazy. That's so crazy. But I feel like it's like it could be unironically true. Oh yeah, because like Storm Slime. Oh my god, you're so right. That's crazy. So like out of all the champions or all the advanced elements, I know Terra and Umbra are kind of tied for the advanced element with the most champions. I'm not sure if that's counting each variant of Terra Sylvie as one, or if it's just by the character. I'm trying to think like what are the other elements like right now. So like we have a bunch of Umbra, a bunch of Terra. We only have one Exia if you're not counting Lubu. We have 2 Luxums if not counting Trisket. We have 2 Crux now that we have. Well, we have had 2 Crux. It's just Merlin getting that second one. Neos is just Tony. Astra, we have Ariana Grande. Arcane is hypothetically only Rai, but 3 is the right answer. Are we missing any other elements? Arcane, Astra, Crux, Exia, Luxum, Neos, Terra Umbra. Okay. Guoja is a fake Lux, I'm not gonna lie. I feel that. Like, I keep forgetting. Okay, first of all, I keep forgetting, like, Guoja is, like, Luxum, but more importantly, I keep forgetting Guoja is a tamer. because, like, I played, like, I made Suzaku for, like, 2 seasons, right? And I was like, I play a Suzaku deck. Like, I don't play a Guoja deck. I play Suzaku. Like, I wonder if other Guoja players like think about that. Like when they play like their Shenju deck, do they think of it as a Guoja deck or do they think of it of like that specific Shenju? Like I don't really hear people say like, oh, I play Guoja Arcane going into Azurite Seiryu. I just hear people saying like, oh, I just play Seiryu. So like I'm curious like how people like think about it. Goja is Luxem if built to burb. Yeah, I really want like one day, like when they first announced the Goja deck, like back in like HBN, like I was like, I really wanted to make a bird deck work for Goja, and it just didn't happen. And I was like, I want bird support, and like every set afterwards, they added some bird support, but it's just like one copy for the bird support. Like I remember so there's a was it DTR tidbit had like 2 bird emojis, and I was like, oh, we get bird support, and no, the answer was like we literally just get 2 bird cards. It was crazy. I need to focus on Siri but have allies soon. Yeah, I think that'll be fun. I'd still call it Siri though. Yeah, because like I guess like Siri is like the star of the show, right? I should do Burr versus Frogs battle. Ooh, that's a fun idea. I think frogs are still really strong, especially with the Chamberlain Toad. Like I know it's exalted, but it's just like really good. And you also have like the croaking Godfoot 1/1 floating. That's just like so good too. And you got a bunch of floating memory, a bunch of taunters. Like I feel like an all frog deck would actually kind of be fun. Explain to me why the bird Smurling creates. Why are they Ranger? Are they really Ranger? I did not notice that. Like, I wonder what the intention is for like some of those like cards. Like, I guess like it kind of makes sense in the sense of like they don't necessarily have to be an assassin just because they're part of the Merlin deck, but like, yeah, Ranger's interesting. It's not like they have like range something or they have what, True Sight? I guess maybe? Oh, is that SB? Good evening, SB. Thanks for dropping by, even if it's a little bit. Oh, you're working on your own art? Yeah, good luck, good luck. I'm really excited to see it. Yeah, like me, like I initially started this like YouTube channel slash like streaming thing just so like I can like tell myself to just like not stall and actually work on my art. And I feel like it's been a lot more productive than I thought. I was like, it's like after finishing the Alice proxy, I was like, dang, like I did it. Like I finished it. Because like my goal is to always make at least 1 or 2 new tokens or proxy cards for the NorCal regionals, aka once a season. So like, and me knowing that like I went to Akihabara, I went to Japan, my day job is like super busy. Like I just wasn't sure if I had the confidence to like finish up a card in time to send it to the manufacturer and get it ordered. But like I finished the Phantasmagoria, and now I tried to get one more in. I really hope I can finish this one. This one I feel like it's gonna be really cool if I can pull it off. Ranger Stride, the Merlin Burb, then. Ranger Stride. Ranger Stride is the. Was it the distortion boots that give, if you pop it? It's the thing that you use in the Wind Wake Up deck, right? The one, if you pop it on the ally, it gets like range something something. With the Burb? That's interesting. Yeah, I think I tried playing the Wind Wake Up deck once and I was like, this is crazy. Like, I remember also going against like a local with Wake Up versus Cardistry. It was quite literally the question of who goes first and then who can keep their guy out for like one turn. It's like whack-a-mole. Very fun matchup. How's everyone's luck with the EVP pack so far? The store that I usually go to, I don't think they didn't have the PTM event packs in at that point, but I really hope they get it because I really wanted to get a chance at the new SR staples with the new alt art. Out of them so far, really? So like none of the stores in our area have EVP yet? Maybe like shipping got delayed? Because I have seen some people pull it, but not from like my area. The struggle to get home by fires. Kane, if I get a home by fire, you know it's gonna be for you. One of my locals has a thing about them leave early, get the hit. Oh yeah. Just no hits. Okay. Yeah, I know someone in the NorCal got what's it, Burst Asunder with the Nico on it. Crazy. All the did y'all know that all of the SR all arts from the EVP this season, they're all drawn by my favorite artist in Grand Archive, Tsunaki N, who worked on the best card in the game, Cell Converter. I have a different goal. I want the Tsunaki N cards. I really hope Tsunaki N tables at an Ascent down the line because I really want a chance to ask Tsunaki N, be like, can you sign like all of my foil Cell Converters? Oh yeah, I gotta save. If y'all are drawing along, don't forget to save your files. Hello, Porcelain. Good evening. You love her? I love her too. Yeah, just started working on it. So I started to sketch like earlier this week during my lunch break at work, and then I slapped on some random like placeholder colors just so I can figure out the vibes. And right now I'm actually refining the shading first. And then I will start actually coloring. Oh, you're gonna give them carpal tunnel. Carpal tunnel. Yeah, like at one point, I remember in COVID, I was like stuck at home, so I wanted to like practice art a lot. So like I grinded a lot of art. Like I'll say up front, like my art until like 2023, like quite literally until I started Grand Archive, is admittedly not good. Like I think I'm finally at the stage where I can look at my art and I go, it's definitely not, it's not pro level at all. Like nowhere near pro level, but it's like good enough that I can look at my art and be like, I'm pretty proud of it. But yeah. But I remember back in 2020 when my art was like really not good, I was like, I need to go through a grind fest, and I took like $5 commissions. It was a really bad time. like $5 commissions, and I would like do a really fast sketch on the iPad, and I just kept grinding, and because it was so cheap, like everyone kept asking for it, and then I was in the Final Fantasy 14 fandom at the time, so like everyone kept sending me like their walls or their original characters with like their super intricate Final Fantasy gear, and I drew that even for like $5. It was crazy. I got carpal tunnel. That was the story. Merlin deserves carpal tunnel. Yes, Merlin does. I don't. I don't. Who would have carpal tunnel in Grand Archive? Arsana. I feel like Arsana would, because she's always like tinkering her hands, working on potions, or writing down potions. Being proud of your art is the best goal. Yes, you get it. Yeah, like it took me such a long time to finally be like satisfied with my own art. Like, because if y'all really want to, you can go to my Twitter and just scroll all the way down to like 2020 or like even like 2016. My art then was really not good. Like it was literally like, even I looked at it, I was like, I can do better than that, but I don't know how at the time. But yeah, like, especially me, like I kind of do. It's actually kind of funny. I actually want to thank Merlin from Grand Archive for making my art good, because like until I got into Grand Archive, I would only draw my OCs, and if y'all look at my OC proxies and stuff, y'all know that most of my characters are very like in a very similar style. Like they're all like how do they say, like gender non-conforming. They're all in the same vibe. It's like same body type and Genshin vibe. And then I didn't really venture into drawing like woman because I was like too scared to like try tackling it, and I also didn't want to draw like men. And then I got into Grand Archive, and I really liked Merlin's like level 2 Cambria design, so I think that was the first fan art I drew for Grand Archive, was Merlin. And it turned out like really good. I'm still really proud of that piece, but it turned out really good, and I got like so much confidence from drawing that Merlin that I was like, wait, I want to draw more like female characters. I want to try venturing into drawing characters that I did not design, or I didn't like. Sometimes like my OCs are adopted from other artists, but they're always in like clothes or a style that like I know that I would draw in. But like, yeah, it was like really cool to see myself like proud of like drawing a character that I did not design. So like, yeah, thanks Merlin from Grand Archive. Thanks Grand Archive. You're like Jay's national treasure. Nah. I'm just here to vibe. Like, I remember back in like early GA when like I was one of the very few like fan artists that were existing. Like a lot of people asked me like, do you ever want to become an official artist for GA? And the answer is absolutely not. Like, and I still hold true to that. Like, I think, well, first of all, I'm not pro. The job should go to pro artists, not me. But like, also, I'm just here to I have a personal motto where like I just draw what I want to draw. If I don't want to draw it, I will not draw it. That's why I'm very like inconsistent when it comes to like me opening commissions, because like I don't want to open commissions, have someone really excited come up to me and be like, can you draw this? And it's something that I'm not as excited to draw. Like, because I want to make sure the art piece is really good, but I also want to make sure it's something that I enjoy drawing, because, like, if I don't enjoy drawing it, it's not going to turn out good. So, like, yeah, that's why I'm, like, a little bit hesitant to do that. But I really like drawing, to bring your own blanks at NorCal Regionals, because they're fast, so like I don't really need to sit down commit. That's like the thing that's different from like sit down digital commissions versus something that I can finish in like one day at NorCal Regionals. So it's like really quick, really fun, and like I get to come up with the expression on the spot. So it's kind of like a fun exercise. It's kind of a thing to like help me get out of the art block too. Like oftentimes I'll go to NorCal Regionals like really worried about like me stuck in an art block, and then I would just go there, quickly accept commissions for like the tokens and blank spirits, and like just like also the energy in the room just really helps like fuel my energy too. So So like I can be like, oh, I want to draw this, I want to draw that. And then it's also the difference of like you talking with someone on Discord over a commission or like a suggestion of an art piece versus like you talking with someone in person and they're like, man, I have this really cool idea. Like, are you down to do it? And like, it's just like the energy in the environment really changes things up. Yeah, I'm really excited for the next NorCal Regional. Oh, speaking of the next NorCal Regional, I'm doing a very interesting investment this time. I just invested in a gachapon machine from Amazon. So like the actual gacha machines where you put like the money in, capsule comes out, but like a smaller version of it. I was thinking doing like a gacha machine at my art table. I'm still trying to figure out like the prices and stuff. I have an idea of what I want to do, but I want to make it like a value purchase. So you actually get like, if you want to buy more than like 2 things at my booth, it's actually better for you to just roll in the gacha than like buying it yourself. You're too scared to draw over a card? Let me give you a tip. So you get like a bulk card from Grand Archive that you don't care about, and then you get a sand eraser. It'll cost you like $4 to $6, and then you can erase the art on that bulk card that you don't care about and try practicing on that. That's how I got into it. I was first so nervous of like drawing over a card in Grand Archive, and then I was just like, wait, if it's bulk, I don't care about it. Trust me, once you do it like once or twice, it's like completely fine. Oh, that's Sapphic Snake. Good evening. How you doing? Yes, I'm planning to do a gacha at NorCal Regionals. So I hope y'all will come visit my table. You don't even need to buy anything. If you just want to look at it, if you just want to spin it just for the sake of spinning it, you can do it, but you have to pay money if you actually want the goods. Yeah, I'm really excited to try that. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else I don't have to do a perfect shading at this stage. This is just me doing like a simple rudimentary shading. Don't forget to save. Sand eraser? Yeah! Wait, let me see if I can pop this up real quick. If you look up a mono eraser, look up mono sand eraser for ink. Yeah, Tombow. Here, let me type it up. Tombow mono sand eraser for ink. Look this up on like anywhere on Amazon or whatever your preferred like general shop is, and then it will basically like, it's a really cool sand eraser that can erase through any type of card in GA, even a normal card. And for me, like what I like to do at regionals is that sometimes people come up and they're like, I really want to commission you, but I don't own a spirit blank because it's just so expensive. And what you can do is you can get like the normal spirits that you get through like normal booster packs, and you can get the sand eraser and erase the art from it, and then it just becomes like the equivalent of like a blank token that you get in SP2, except it's like much cheaper. You might get carpal tunnel from it, but it's much cheaper that way. Well, actually, if you get carpal tunnel, that might cost more, but you get my point. Yeah. If you need me to send you a link, just DM me. I'll send you a link to it. Am I going to SAC Anime? Unfortunately not. I actually don't table anywhere outside NorCal Regionals because I don't table. I'm not a regular artist tabler. I am a hobbyist that basically exclusively draws Grand Archive right now. It's not worth tabling a SAC Anime, but I have gone to SAC Anime before. I used to like live in the area at one point, and like and then I went to SAC Anime I think like 3 times. Yeah, I've cosplayed there. I cosplayed like Token Rambu. I think I cosplayed Mother 3 at SAC Anime before. It was really I like how cozy it is compared to something like Fanime. But can it erase my bad plays? That is up to you, man. Like, if you believe in it, I think you can erase your bad plays. Will it erase my bad plays? Heck, I don't believe in myself when it comes to playing GA. Okay, let me see. I think it's almost ready for the next step. I just need to actually no, never mind. I need to do the base a bit. I like doing the eye makeup, you know, like the thing in like Asian makeup where you do the agiso? Is that what's called? They're called like namida bukuro in Japanese. That makes their like eyes look a little bit bigger. Yeah, I like drawing like eyes because it's like doing your own like eye makeup, except with more colors and more fun stuff. Oh, it's Mitch. Good evening, Mitch. How you doing? It is Merlin. Woo. Yeah. Here, let me show you my progress so far. So I got this. Actually, I got too much Merlin booba. This. Just some rudimentary shading. Keep screwing that up. Do this, do this, do this. And then there's gonna be text here, fractured memories text here. It's gonna have a lot more pink crystals with like shards of like Ganieta shards that like reflect like evil Lorraine. It's gonna look very demanding for my wrist. Their pose is interesting. Yeah, she's supposed to be. I'm gonna draw like some crystals growing, and she's kind of like sitting on the crystals because I want to really focus on like the sheen crystal vibes. So she's sitting on nothing right now, but trust there will be something that she's sitting on later. Okay. So we're getting somewhere. So the next thing is for me to clean this up. And unfortunately, I merged the crystal there on this. Why did I do that? I guess it's to save the layer limits on Procreate. I merged it. Okay, now for the most boring part. I'm gonna do this, and yeah, it won't stick out. So, one thing, I know Procreate has this feature too, but I think I like how Clipstudio executes it more, is the lasso fill. So you take a lasso to that, it fills in. Because I know that Procreate does have this feature, and I love it to bits, but you do need to like circle all the way back and like click on the icon to fill it still. But this one is just like, the moment you let go is like the moment it fills in for you. Very convenient, I love it. You're cooking with this idea. I'm glad you like it. I hope it turns out really good. Like the vision in my head makes it look really good, so I really hope I can manifest it. Yeah, I might go quiet for a little bit if I need to walk in, but I will be checking comments every now and then. Oh, is it the Korhazi Outlook? Good evening. How are you doing? Rad post? Thank you, thank you. Let me zoom out a bit. I think I'm pretty much done with the basic shading. So I'm currently doing the flat color so we can start rendering soon. Yeah, I think when I worked on or when I streamed the Alice one, I already finished the flats because I think I was watching a different stream while working on the flats. This is the first time I think I'm doing flats on stream, but it's probably the most boring part. Skin. This Merlin, she doesn't wear gloves, right? She does not wear gloves. Yeah, the thing I figured out about like my art process is like I hate line art. It's like bane of my existence. Like I will do anything to not do line art. So I after watching like a bunch of different art tutorial videos, I finally found like an art process that basically lets me do a pretty finished piece of work without doing a single bit of line art. I love. Thank you, Deep Blizzard. I love your videos. Merlin's eyes are what? Purple pink? Oh yeah, by the way, something that happened over the past week since I last streamed, I had the opportunity to put together the Vanitas Overlord deck that did pretty well at a recent Fractal of Insight event, or like a recorded event on Fractal of Insight. It can win games. It's probably the best way to put it. It can win. I ran it into the Spectre. Alice is just also probably not the best deck out there. But you can have Alice heal all the way down to 0, and you can just have Overlord just one-shot Alice. I was able to do that, and it was kind of funny. Also, like, I was running it with a few of my friends, and we were all talking about how we could make it better. But I think we all came up with the same verdict that the best part of the Overlord Vanitas deck was the Vanitas part and not the Overlord, unironically. So you're saying there's a chance. There is a chance. I have hit that chance. I did hit the chance. But I'd rather be playing chance 7 of spades than playing a chance at winning with the Overlord deck. I did, yeah, so the ideal play is to start with at least 2 cards to give you at least 2 power cells, right? So it can be Cell Converter, which is, like, unironically, like, even though, okay, even if I say I'm a Cell Converter stand, like, Cell Converter is, like, unironically, like, the card you need to, like, win the game. And if you don't have Cell Converter, then Cell Assembler, as terrible as it sounds, is actually okay in that deck. And you want to get Power Cell, and then you want to either the other ideal play is you get Manufacture Cell, and then you backup Charger, do your next turn, Mercurial Heart, buff an automaton that you have on the field, then play Overlord, because you get 2 Power Cells from your material deck, and then you somehow make 2 through your main deck, and then you slap on the Overlord. And the good thing about Manufacture Cell that's so good is that, like, once you use it, it becomes an automaton card in the graveyard, so you can use your end step Overlord effect. Cell Assembler is kind of good in that sense that because she's a 2/1, she'll probably be wiped off the board pretty fast, so that's another feel for Overlord. That deck also came with Charge Directive. Charge Directive, the one that makes a power cell rested, then you banish X amount of cards. Actually, that worked in really well against the Alice deck because you just banish like Like, I had a point when I had like 7 power cells on the board, and then I had like the opponent banish basically all of the cards in their graveyard, so they couldn't do anything next turn, even if they had Phantasmagoria. So they had like nothing to like Spectral Haunting, or like they were like maybe banking on like Remnant of Will, because that's a slow speed card. It was kind of funny. Just scare the Dream Fairy, exactly. Dream Fairy is literally the thing that shuts down Overlord and also shuts down Spectre Alice. It's like, I know Spectre Alice can kind of get around it because if you get Dream Fairy over a ephemeral or a Spectral Haunting object, then you can still kind of bring it back. But it's still just a huge annoyance when they play a Dream Fairy at you. Dream Fairy is just good. Like, Dream Fairy is outside of Cat. I keep forgetting which category on the ban list is like higher up. Cat 1 is the lightest stage. Cat 3 is the fully banned stage, I think. But yeah, is Dream Fairy like even still on the list anymore? Oof. Dream Fairy's Cat 1. Oh, okay, so it's still in Cat 1. Okay. Why is it? Oof. Yeah, I'm kind of like hyped for that online regional coming up because like it's a regional, so like I imagine some people will actually be bringing some meta calls. Do any of y'all have predictions for what the meta will be like? I'm like honestly not sure. Like I feel like a flavor of the new Merlin and a flavor of an Alice will do kind of well and or get popular in terms of concept. It doesn't need to do well per se. Like, was it the Water Aetherwing Diana? Like it doesn't necessarily like did super well at a single event, but like it exists and it's like a really like fun thing to see like people playing at larger events. And it's kind of like Suzaku's. Like, it's not the strongest deck out there, but it's definitely had, like, some pretty good, like, moments. And still exists. So I feel like, my guess is, like, the Spectre Alice and one flavor of the Merlin will be kind of, like, a new, like, B tier, maybe B plus tier for a while. And it'll join the ranks of those, like, other options. Every player takes Alice and they all go 0-0 draw for every round. I feel like that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be like Alice versus Alice mirror matchup, and then both players absolutely lose it mentally, and then like it's just a matter of like who can bring out their hero, who can banish the other guy's hero, who can bring out. I guess like if you're like fire, you have like Infernal Vessel, so you can kind of shut them down for a little bit. Like, I think, my prediction is that I think Infernal Vessel is going to get popular for certain matchups as a sideboard card. So I got myself a foil Infernal Vessel the other day. But I don't know what y'all think. Because, like, Infernal Vessel is also, like, really good for, like, shutting down, like, Serene decks. Because, like, they can't heal, right? They can only heal, what, 3 if Infernal Vessel's out? The meta is just going to be the last meta, to be honest. Yeah, yeah. I think it'll start there, and then people. My other guess, yeah, is that like the online regionals will have maybe a few fun decks come up and be talked about, but I think will be like mostly the same, like OG Fire Merlin, Crux Lorraine, maybe like 1 or 2 Xanders, like Shadow Strike Tristan, Goja. I think CL and Jin might have some play, and then everyone's just like testing the waters. And then there might be like one deck from like that's like uniquely PTM that might come up a little bit. And then Manila, I said Manila is gonna be like where it's at. Yep. Okay. Some of y'all really like the teacups. Some of y'all really don't like the teacups. I'm gonna pair it to Alice and go 007 or something awful. Yeah, I'm really curious how Alice matchups are gonna be in general. It hurts a small heal so much, right? Yeah, I think it's a pretty good anti-healing thing. Didn't you have Alice with like head 9 or heal 9? Yeah, personally I almost feel like Infernal Vessel should have only affected heals 3 or more. Yeah, I'm very curious how Infernal, like, not many people are talking about it, but I feel like it's a really strong card. Like, it's not like fast tier works all the time, but it can also shut down fast tiers if you really need it. Shuts down Serene decks really well. Shuts down Alice completely if you can't find the reduce. Yeah, like, I think it's pretty good. Maybe we'll see if Foe is cracked. I think Foe's also really cracked. Like, at the White Elephant event that we had our locals last week, I was gifted, aka lent, a very generous upgraded CL ablation deck that played Foe, and then that was what I played it. And then, like, after I finished, I proceeded to buy 3 Foes. I was sold on it. Yeah, like I still have it. Like I do have a water seal kind of put together, and then I wasn't a fan of it, so I might take that part and turn that one into the faux deck. I should really revisit my cook from last season. I'm pretty sure it's good now. Yeah, I feel like some brews that like didn't do so well last season might be coming up. Like I feel like this season, and also just like over time with Grand Archive just adding more and more cards and more champions to the pool, like there's just a lot more deck diversity than there ever have been. And some like older decks, like again like bringing up like Razor Gale Kongming and like Jin, like they're like the main essence of the deck hasn't really changed since their release, but it still like stays, right? Or like even like Windrai, like it mostly just sticks to the core package, which is like an addition here and there. Like seeing all those options go up and up and up, it's really cool to see which ones come up on top and which ones have like a quieter season. I love following Fractal Vinsec for that. Definitely more on the EO aggro, doesn't need anti-heal Regalia on demand. Yeah, like as an aggro player, like yeah, definitely more on the yeah. Hey, as an aggro player, I think I would play Infernal Vessel. Like if I went back to like Suzaku Goja, I would definitely put Infernal Vessel in my deck and then play like well, I guess like Fiery Interference already exists, but it's just like another way to make sure they really don't heal, right? You know what? I'm gonna go put it out for you. Happy drawing. Yeah, thank you for coming by. Yeah, good luck on your brews. And good luck on your next podcast. I still need to watch your newest podcast. But yeah, I'll listen to it. Yeah, I'm chugging pretty slow. I got too distracted. Merlin has more whitish, bluish hair. Oh my god, is that I forget is that you? Yo, holy frick! Thank you so much for the raid! How are you doing? Hello! All was it all the couples? Yeah, thank you so much for coming! Hello, hello! Thank you so much for the raid! If all of y'all are seeing me for the first time, my name is Connie. Connie Kamafry. I'm a fan artist for the hit TCG game Grand Archive TCG. Yeah, I'm just drawing and thank you for joining. And yeah, thank you so much, Hio, for the raid. Holy frick, how are you doing? Oh my god, so many people. Yes, yeah, the art is going well. I just started earlier tonight. Yeah, so I'm working on the colors. So this is like the rough sketch, and then my plan is to eventually shade it to look kind of like this, and then add some shading, and then add some crystals to make it more vibes-like to fit with the lore of this character named Merlin. But yeah, just working on that. Yeah, we're talking about various decks for the game right now, and talking about which decks that we want to see play or we think will do great. We're talking about Fire Aggro, so using the Cobra, Fate Stone for Suzaku. I used to use the Cobra one, the one that you discard. Was it 2 fire cards? It's pretty good, but it's also the anti-heal, right? Yeah. Because we were talking about anti-heal earlier. Heal. I love your new Alice token. Need it. Oh my god, thank you. Yeah. I think I have it here. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is the one that I worked on my first art streams here. It turned out really good, I think. I'm pretty proud of it, and I hope I can pull it off something similar for this Merlin token here. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Was it Aqueduct Bridge? Thank you so much. Yeah, like starting to get back into drawing through Grand Archive. I previously didn't draw too much. I only drew like art of my original characters for the longest time. And joining Grand Archive, I fell in love with the character arts for the game, and I was like, I really want to draw fan art of the characters, and then that's actually what got me back into like drawing fan art in general. So yeah, if y'all haven't checked out the game yet, like even if you don't play card games, like the art is really good and the lore is really good. So you can just check out the art and the flavor. Like for me, like I grew up like really liking media that can tell a really good story. So like I'm a big Nier fan, Yoko Taro fan, like not just the Nier series, but like also the Dragon Guard series I'm a big fan of. Like Expedition 33, congrats on the Game of the Year. Like I love games that can really tell a really cool story. And I think Grand Archive, for the fact that it's like a trading card game, it has a very complicated story to it, and I really like that. And the characters are all like really interesting. Yeah, you love GA. I love GA too. Yeah, like I'm really excited for the next set, the Radiant Origins RDO, because like the top, like I said, until then, like each 2 sets were like based off of a world. So we started with like Cambria for like the Arthur Legends, and then we went to Azoth with this, which is like GA's like first like original story world, which is like based off of like steampunk. And then we went to Sangwoo, which is like the Romance of the Three Kingdoms themed. And then right now we're in Alice in Wonderland. And then with RDO, we're actually going back to the roots and revisiting all those worlds that we've seen so far and seeing a little bit more of the story of each set. And me being a lore person, I'm so excited for RDO for like to see like what extra story beats we're gonna get. Who's your second best champion? That's actually a really good question. So like first one's Alan, right? I'm a big Alan Coper here. So I can't betray my good boy Alan. But next to Alan, who would it be? Okay, so let me go back. So I usually play a different deck, at least 2 different decks, like 1 or 2 each season. So I started when I first played Grand Archive, back when DOA Alter was the only set. I was a Water Xander Luxem player. That was my very first GA deck that I put. This was before Fracturize was even printed, by the way. So like it wasn't necessarily a good deck per se, but it was my first deck, and I really loved it. And then FTC season, I played Wind Terra Crawl. That deck was also not good in terms of the meta, but I really liked it. And then after that, ALC was a tough time for me because I tried to really like Tony, but I ended up like not really vibing with the Allies package. And then eventually, one of my friends that was local at the time was playing Fire Umbra Diana ALC flavor, and that's when I fell in love with the fire element. Until then, I was like I'm not gonna play fire ever person, but now I'm a fire main. But champion-wise, I keep rotating between champions. I like Nico. Okay, so like, when it comes to like female characters, I like big mom energy, like step on me mom characters. Like, if it helps, my favorite Grand Blue fantasy character is Galleon. I hope that basically defines my type of female characters. Yeah. I kind of want to play more Nico. I used to play the Sylvie Nico mill deck in AMB season. So, yeah, I think maybe Nico is probably my answer to that. Now, if you ask me which was my favorite character besides Alan and Cell Converter, it's Dahlia, who I cosplayed for at the first Worlds. And then Bedivere, who I cosplayed at Ascent Houston, like the very first Ascent. I cosplayed like a techwear, casual closet cosplay of Bedivere. What other characters do I like from GA? I like all the cardistry cards. I really like Four of Hearts. Like, I think his design's pretty cool. Like when I saw the canvas art at Worlds, I was like, wait, his design's really fun. It's like, I love hoods. I love characters that wear hoods, and I love characters that wear hats. So I'm kind of weak to that. Maybe I like Alan for that too, because he kind of wears a hat with like the skull thing. Yeah, I'm curious, what are all your favorite characters from Grand Archive, or favorite champion? Like, it doesn't necessarily need to be like you like them because of like their play style, but like just in general. Like if someone asks you like what's your favorite champion? Like I feel like general popularity wise, like I imagine that like I know Arasana is just really popular in general. Like, I mean, she's so popular, she has like a bajillion promos, but like she is such a charming character. I know like Sylvie's popular because she's like the poster girl of Grandma Come Next to Lorraine. But I also get the impression that like Dao Chan's really popular. In my mind, Alan's school is Majestic Spirit School. That is really brutal. But you're telling me that Alan's that strong, which I can get behind. Arsan's the judge mascot. Yeah. Because besides the very first judge promo, because that was Veiling Breeze and that did not have Arsana on it. Like Arsana has been appearing in every single judge promo after that. Yeah, I feel like in general, like all the girl characters are popular, but I'm trying to think like which male character is popular. I feel like I know he's recent, but like I think CL is probably pretty popular. Like just because he looks pretty cool, he's pretty edgy. He's like probably like what Rai wants. Because Rai's really edgy, but like he's just like a boy. But like CL is like Ikemen and edgy. Yeah, CL, I think CL's cool. Who's the most unpopular? Xander and Mordred get confused for each other. Yes. Yeah, I can vouch for this. So my sibling made Mordred stickers for me to sell on their behalf, and every time when I put it up, everyone's like, "Oh, can I get the Xander sticker?" And I was like, I can't blame you. And like even when I like sell my stickers of like Mordred and Xander, like some people mix them up, and I'm like, it's so fair. They look so similar. Like dark blue haired dude from Cambria that's like a little bit edgy. Fits both of them. In terms of most unpopular, I feel like it'll probably be one of the Obliviate guys. Like Polcock just doesn't see a lot of play. Like, but he's really charming. So the people who like Polcock really like him. But like in terms of like playability, like I think out of all the champions, I see him the least. I don't really see him in like any like quote unquote meta decks. Vanitas is like unpopular in the sense that everyone hates him. Because like anytime we see Vanitas in the meta, he's always like wreaking havoc. Like both flavor wise and like actual event wise. You like to imagine Vanitas is the most unpopular because taxes are evil. That is exactly how I felt when I had my friend, like, when we switched decks with the Overlord deck, and I had my friend be the one to pilot the Vanitas deck. Like, I was just taxed to oblivion. And I was like, I legitimately just don't want to materialize anything. And, like, I wanted to, like, punch Vanitas, but he just punches me back. Like, I was always I always like vouch for like how cool like the flavor of like certain cards are, because like the like effects of the cards kind of match like what the story is being told and stuff. but like I think Venice's flavor was executed a little bit too well, and that he's literally so evil, and he's like the IRS. He taxes you. Taxes are evil. Do we know who turned Kong to the dark side lore wise? I know the name is on the article. It's like I'm not too familiar with Romance of the Three Kingdoms, but it was like a Chinese name, and if someone's familiar with the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, is it a name might have been from the OG source? Like I know, so like I know there's like in the Kongming lore story, there's like a mysterious man like who gets like Kongming to like him because like he would like acknowledge her like powers and her strengths, and Kongming just really wanted to feel like she wasn't always put her like she like because like Gojo was always better than Kongming. She really hated that mindset that people had, and she really hated her sister for that. And the mysterious man basically helped like make her feel noticed. And he was also the one that kind of turned Kongming evil by like trying to persuade her to do like some shady stuff. And then Guoja, knowing what's actually happening, I think she tries to stop her sister, but Kongming's like, I ain't listening to you. But yeah, it literally jealousy towards Guoja. Yeah, that's the main motive. Okay, speaking of lore for the Three Kingdoms, like, do we know if Diao-chan dies? Like, we know, like, because, like, flavor of the cards wise, like, if Diao-chan dies with, like, the specific things, then you can flip Lubu and she takes over, right? And then there's also stuff like Heat of Vengeance, where, like, she can, like, protect Diao-chan. Yeah, so I'm like curious, like, does Diao-chan like die, or maybe she's like on the brink of death, and Lubu comes in to save her? Like, I feel like for a lot of these like lore in GA, like we actually don't really get a resolution, like besides Azoth. But then we only can find the resolution for Azoth through the lore articles. So I don't think we have like much closure. Like I guess for the Wonderland one, we do know that like CL kind of saves Alice, but we don't really know like what happens to that afterwards, because that Alice is the anomaly Alice. Like, so is CL able to like save Alice? Is she stuck in the anomaly version forever? Like, because she's not 100% like homeworld Alice anymore, does the Grand Archive allow that Alice to return back to the homeland? So I'm like, or the homeworld? Like, I'm really curious. Diao-chan 100% dies. Okay. Though she is a fake character, specifically for Romance of Three Kingdoms, various interpretations, but she kind of just disappears from the story after Luba dies. Ah, interesting. Yeah, like I know of the Three Kingdoms, but like I never really followed it at any point in my life. So yeah, I went into Mortal Ambition and Abyssal Heaven not really knowing too much about the original flavor. But I heard like the people who do like have followed the Three Kingdoms before in other capacities, like they really like the way how GA handled it. But I heard like was it Guoja was like merged with like multiple characters in terms of like flavor. But I don't like the fact that like the lore kind of like merged multiple characters into one to make it like a new unique character is interesting. Zoshi seems to be Taoist. Is Zoshi the one that convinces Komi to go to the dark side? Because like I don't know too much about exactly what happens in the three or like Senguo lore. Besides like the only parts I remember is that like Jin and Lubei have a thing for each other. Kami and Gojo have their sister fight. Dachan, Lubu, lesbians, let's go. Cao Cao is evil question mark. Jin and Liu Bei are married. So is it canon that they actually have a kid in Grand Archives version? That'd be insane. Oh yeah, wasn't there like a card? Was it Rescue the Air that had like the baby in it? Is that Jin and Liu Bei's kid? Zoshi interacts with Cao Cao and it kind of messes with him. Oh, okay. In GA's version, yes. Wow! Congratulations, Jin, on your marriage. Wow. Wait, so like what happens? Like, yeah, Jin's a champion of homeworld, but Lubei's not. So like I don't think Lubei can go to the homeworld. So like does Jin just stay in Sangwo or does he just like abandon his oh that's really bad. Holy frig if he does that. Yeah, I'm also like really curious about like the world lore for like the home world because like we know like Alice is like a princess. Like we know like Arsana's like a person who's like kind of like stuck in her lab doing her things. Like we know Ciel is a big Alice simp, but like how does Ciel meet Alice? Like who knows? Hopefully be a more lore in that. Yeah, I want to know. Jin's the kind of person to ban his kids slash S. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But also, like, he is supposed to be, like, actually, no, I was about to say he was supposed to be heroic, but also he kind of went to the dark side by choosing Exia, so. Yeah. Maybe Lubu takes care of the Jin's baby. Imagine this Jin's kid becomes a champion, has lineage. You're onto something. Maybe it's new Jin level 1 and level 2 effects. And then baby Jin Jr. piggybacks on Jin Senior. That'll be funny. Merlin's right thing is white stockings. This one is purple stockings. Jin's kid joins the Oblivion gang, and then we have amazing drama. I think that'll be very funny. Like, I want to see I'm curious to see like what's gonna happen with Tenoris. Like, is he gonna get like? I know, okay, I know he's like anti-Oblivion because like you know the lore, like he fights against Vanitas, but like, what if he joins the Oblivion? What if like Tristan joins the Oblivion? Because like, does Tristan interact with anyone from the Oblivion? Because I feel like with most of the lore articles, like the Oblivion really just do their own thing. They just wreak havoc, and it's like by default, homeworld Grand Archive people, they don't like the Oblivion. Did you see Belle's new tweets? Which tweets that Belle sent? Sometimes I miss Belle's tweets. Maybe I should turn on notifications for that. About the lore tidbits. Wait, let me pull it up on Twitter on my iPad here. Belle. Oh, is it her tweet about the RDO tidbit? Oh, I did not see any of these. Every world has so far been introduced in chronological order. There are moments where you might get glimpses of events of the past, but RDO will be the first set that focuses on the events of the past and present. Interesting. It's difficult to describe because of the Merlin record certainly shows events from Cambria, but I wouldn't say it's the primary focus of that story. RDO will explore scenes of the past and different journeys that different characters have been through. Alan? Is that you? Alan? Is that you? I suppose the distinction I want to make here is even if you see two cards in RDO depicting the same person, they may be many, many years apart and may have almost no correlation to each other anymore. Oh. So we might have two cards like that. I'm big hype. Yeah, I like what people's like speculations are about the Duchess art and the new thing, the new spoiler. It's like she found the Proto Keycrest. Is she joined the Grand Archive or not? Maybe it's like the thing that like it's like the epilogue where she finds the Proto Key, she causes some trouble. Diana and CL try to put out the fires. Haha. And then somehow big question mark, Alice is split back up into two. Alan level 1 and 2 and 3. Please. And potentially, if he comes to the home world for some reason in the present, oh, what about the lore for how each shipping got drawn into the archive? Yeah! Yeah, like how they got recruited. Like, I think we only know. Was it like, I know Sylvie's not part of the Grand Archive, but like she joined the adventures because she accidentally went through the same portal to Homeworld into Cambria. So she's part of Homeworld. Like, so is it? Yeah. So like all the champions so far, they're confirmed that they are from the home world, right? And then like they all have like different regional names, like not just because of like the theme of the set, but also because like those countries or regions exist to some capacity in the home world. Morel's boots are purple. Um, I think Mordred and Alan are not from the home world. Oh, they're not? Wait. Let me. Grand Archive, TCG.com. The champions of Grand Archive. Uh, Alan's page on the Grand Archive website doesn't say anything about not being there. Mordred, let me check Mordred. Yeah, he doesn't. The general description on the champions page doesn't say anything. Yeah, I know that Bolivia are potentially from a different world. We know Merlin's originally from the home world, I think. So I think she and Tristan they used to both be part of the Grand Archive, and they both ditched it for different reasons. And then they both got recruited into the Proto Archive. Yeah, I wonder if Tenoris will join the Proto Archive, like whether he likes it or not. Because we don't quite know what the goals of the Proto Archive are. Because like now we know that like Merlin did her thing just because she wanted to save her sister, so it might have not necessarily fit the Proto Archive's like agenda. Like she just got to do what she wanted to do in the Proto Archive, while maybe the Proto Archive was like able to get like something else done in the meantime. Yeah, Alice is from Orifal. Yeah, so Orifal, Orifal. If I'm understanding correctly, is from the homeworld. So Orifal is a country in the homeworld where she's princess of, and then she didn't like being a princess there, so she's like, "Can I eat out?" And then she's like, "Grand Archive, can you like send me somewhere else so I don't have to be a princess?" And then Grand Archive's like, "Sure, don't be a queen instead." And she's like, "Haha, no." The monkey's paw curls. Yeah, I'm curious if CL was part of Orifal, maybe like he was like Alice's like butler, or like someone that like was nearby Alice back when she was still Princess of Orifal, and then like CL just became like an Alice simp. It's just kind of getting there. I feel like I should commit more to her skirt before I start rendering. It has like the zigzags. This she has cold rims on. CL definitely served Alice while she was princess. His tidbit says that he supported her decision to abandon her royal duties. Oh, where's that tidbit from? Is it from like his sleeve box? I know like the lore on the Dragon Shield sleeves are actually like some of the juiciest ones. That's interesting. So I guess like CL really truly is the loyal valet of Alice. But yeah, like I was talking with some friends the other day about CL in terms of like what is he exactly? And we were thinking about like the characters in Alice in Wonderland, right? And like we've been missing, so we have like the March hare, but we don't actually have like the white hare, like the one that's always like running late with like the clock, the pocket watch and stuff. Um, but like we think that like it's probably CL is probably the closest thing to this white rabbit from the original story because he does don the white mask, the white rabbit mask. But like also he's always like with Alice and like the white hair is like always a starting thing to lead Alice to like her adventures, right? So like maybe the way how like CL led Alice outside of the castle life and going into the Grand Archive rabbit hole is one thing. His champion page. Oh wait, I have his champion page up right now. CL had always been timid in nature. Misfortune always seemed to find him, yet at the lowest point in his life, he was given an unexpected chance that changed his outlook forever. As a valet, his mistress became a guiding light. Oh! His otherwise dark and uncertain world, he supported her every endeavor, even her controversial decision to abandon her royal duties. Though in his heart he questioned if godhood was truly her only other path. When his worst fears were realized and she vanished on a mission for the Grand Archive, CL's world unraveled. Determined to bring her back, CL embarks on a journey, bending every rule and resorting to any means necessary. His growing desperation begins to unearth old habits as one question lingers in his mind. Is he already too late? Yeah, the too late part, right? Like he's always late. Like the white rabbit's late. So like Ciel is definitely like supposed to be like the thing to reference for the white rabbit. Yeah, 100% the rabbit. Yeah. Mm, So the lighter part is towards end, and the darker part. I always ask this question to my friends, but like, what is a world theme that you want to see in a future Grand Archive set? And this, like, I asked this question before, like, Alice in Wonderland got confirmed, so when we were predicting, like, the next world theme. I was predicting eventually, but not right away, a cyberpunk theme. Because we already have, like, automatons with Azoth, but I feel like a cyberpunk theme set would probably be pretty cool. I also think we'll eventually get a Japanland themed set. Probably, like, a little bit after Sengwo. Like, I feel like Rai, his name is Japanese, right? Like Rai Kyoki. And like Kyoki means like, what's it, like insanity, craziness. So like he's like just crazy edgy. So I wonder if maybe like Rai came from like a Japanland themed homeworld, and then maybe like he can go back to his similar roots, question mark. Expand Gensenja? What's Gensenja? Yeah, like I'm trying to look up what Gensenja is. It's like the only thing that's coming ginseng tea. Gensenja is the promos with the locations. Oh, like the one with Nico enthralling Visage, the Singapore Idol thoughts and stuff. Yeah, I fully agree on that. Yeah, I wonder like what the lore question mark is, or if it's just kind of like an AU. Wait, like I know like there's some things like I follow Alien Stage, but they have like the actor AU that's really popular where they like people like to draw fan art, or even like the official creators like to draw like a what if this whole story was just like a filmed something, and then the actual characters are like actors. So maybe like Grand Archives are actors and they're all vacationing. Yeah, the ones that I was telling my friends I really want to see is I really want a Greek Roman mythology set. But the tricky thing about that is like you probably would have like a god archetype, and like I feel like the word god is like needs to be used sparingly in Grand Archive. So you can't just have like a Zeus or Poseidon or like an Ares like ally, because it feels like it'll probably be too strong unless if they have like one that's like maybe like just named after the Greek and Roman gods. But like me growing up with like Percy Jackson and stuff, like I really like the Greek mythology stuff. The flavor, the potential flavor. Like imagine if we get like a ranger named Apollo, or like Artemis, or like we get or like even like Greek stories, like Icarus could be like a fire ally, fire ranger ally with like distant. Let's see. VTuber world. That would be insane. I mean, we already have some VTuber promos, right? Like the Square Life promos. Imagine. I mean, Icarus could be any of the three basic elements. I guess you're right. Yeah, it could be any of them. Maybe even wind. Yeah, because like Icarus is flying too close to the sun. That's like the sun is not his element. Maybe Icarus could be Neos, like creation, because he created the wings with his dad in the maze. Galdus Reaper because Minotaur. Or like even the villains, like Medusa would be like a sick. Or like Hades. Hades would be Umbra. Zeus would be Arcane. Persephone? Is it Persephone the nature one? Terra? So much potential. Wind when he's flying, fire when his wings burn, water when he falls into the ocean. Holy frick, you have everything down. Maybe he's a tricolor. Like Trisk. I think like the other world I was thinking of, like potentially being a word for GA. I don't think it's realistic, but I would go crazy over it. Is like film noir, like detective mystery style. Ooh, Spirit of Icarus. Yeah, yeah. It'll be what? Like, it's similar to Spirit Slime. You can only play like Ranger. Ranger basic elements. You take double damage if it's coming from a fire source. Okay. Finally finished. I think with the base colors here. Oh yeah. I guess looking good. Okay, and then let me tinkle with her hair a little bit. And then we tinker with the nuisance a little bit of color. Imagine all basic elements but can't play norm cards. Wait, yeah. That's actually kind of cool. Yeah, how would you build a deck if that was a limitation? I'm curious. It's Bird's Eye say the mystery of the missing memories. Looking at you, memory thief Merlin. Yeah, like detective. I want like Arisana to be a detective. Like I think she'll be the cutest detective with her little monocle and then like a little like looking what's it that magnifying glass, a little detective hand coat. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Okay, and then I get to my favorite part now. Before that, I should save. Arasana's first mystery. Who dropped that steel beam? Southern Steel. Yeah, like, oh my god, a Southern Steel promo literally came out of left field. Like, I had, like, no idea that would be a promo like that. Wait, oops. Total correction. Wait, this is too intense. Oh, Lucan? Okay. Oh, Shoku! Hi, hi! How are you doing, Shoku? It's Merlin. The art is going well. Thank you for dropping by. I just finished the base colors finally and doing my usual shenanigans of figuring out which gradient map to use. Well, that looks pretty good. Okay, there was one that I just. This one looks cute though. Hyoka? Trying to cook a win, Diana. Ooh. Are you using any cards from PTM for the win, Diana? Or are you using that the new wind card, is it the calming breeze? Wait, that was a cool one. Ooh, wait. Wait, maybe I'll start from here and I'll play around with some stuff. It's so good. I got that. You gotta show me your list sometime. I wanna check it out. Oh wait, okay, this curve is cooking. Oh, that's too much. Oh wait. Can y'all see the tone curve? Okay, you can't see it on the stream. Okay. I'm playing around with the tone curve. What's this? Please move her. Just a test, but any feedback is great. Heck yeah, I love to see your list. I've only played Fire Diana, but I always love seeing Diana lists. Wait, that blue kind of looks edgy. I like that. I just want a little bit of blue. Here. This doesn't much. Green curve. Mm, let's see. reset the green curve. How blue? Ooh. Okay. I hear you. Okay, how are we thinking? How are we thinking about how this? So, in terms of what I did so far today was start with a very rough grayscale shading. Making the flat color, changing the flat color into an overlay layer, and then playing around with tone curves on the shading. And then all of a sudden looks much more palatable. Maybe I'll just color the line art and maybe wrap it up. But we're almost starting at the rendering stage, folks. It took long enough. It's 11, so I started. So it's been 2 hours? That sounds about right. So what I have is I have this line art layer and I locked it so I can just draw on top of it and really fix the lines. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna color the line art. So for example, around her face, I'll make it a little bit more pink. And then for the back of her hair, I'm gonna do a little bit more blue. Kind of blend it in. Maybe a little bit purple. I'm not too picky at the line art. As you'll see later, I'm just gonna draw on top of all this later anyway. It's just for vibes. You like it, Shoku? I'm glad you like it. Yeah, okay. I think this is turning out much better. I was first a little bit skeptical of how this was going to turn out, and then I wasn't a big fan of the original shading layer, this one. But after yeah, the before after is kind of night and day there. Yeah, and I'm gonna add more of her cape and jackets during the rendering thing. This is just more so idea for me where things are laid out. I think Marlon's boots, there's a little bit of gold on there. Nodders. A little bit more close up of her eyes. And this is just everything. So make it a folder. We'll call it Merlin. Duplicate layer. Merlin backup charger. So in case I screw up with the main Merlin. And then I'll change the lines layer to multiply. And then so this is full opacity. I'm gonna lower it a bit. And then I'm gonna make the line art layer a little bit more saturated. And then gonna merge that. So this is all one. It's all one Merlin layer. Actually, let me fill in that thing real quick. And then I'll do a new layer on top of that, call it the render, rending flames, and then get close, and then we'll finally start rendering. I think I'll render the eyes, and then I'll call it a night. Actually, wait, before that, I need to do the most important thing here. Flip it. Does that look okay? I think it looks okay enough. It bothers me a little bit, but I will fix it later when I work on the background. Is rest play in rest play cleansing reunion oh responsibly clean. No, don't play cleansing reunion. I want to play cleansing reunion. I feel like that's such a good card, but like no one plays it. Yeah, I used to play what's it? Rending and my cardistry. Yeah. I'm a trading card game player. I'm not literate. I mean, if specters pop off, right? Right? I guess like Thurible also exists. But like, is it worth playing Thurible over other cards? I mean, Wind has quite a bit of graveyard hate. Yeah. Because like water and fire rely very heavily on the graveyard for like certain decks. -1 for graveyard hate, but at the time it was around much more than 6 cards in grave for them to choose from. That's true, yeah. I have no room in my Diana deck, yeah. Thurible at least is on demand almost, yeah. And like, You also get a card out of it because it's effectively a backup charger. It's so good. Yeah, like I kind of want to play Wind again. Like I think I've been stuck with Fire for a while, and then like I think my current ranking for me playing is like Fire is number one, then Water, and then Wind. But like I know how strong Wind is, but like I'm just really bad at piloting it. Someone teach me. Yeah, the moment you put like the whites in the eyes, like she just like comes to life. It's kind of cool. Y'all see the vision? Do you see the vision? Excellent. Oh, I meant doing this on the main layer. Oopsies. Actually, I guess I can still show that before after. So yeah, before rendering the face, after rendering the face. The difference is crazy. I can look at this all day. Yeah, so this is why I don't really care about messy line art because I'm just gonna like color on top of it. My thing is that I spent bajillion years rendering her face, and then I tried to spend as little time as possible rendering the rest because you are not going to be looking at the rest of her body or the rest of the piece. Yeah, ultimately at the end of the day, I just keep going back to the same deep blizzard brush. This brush is just so good. I'm not sure if I mentioned in the previous stream, but like the origin of this brush is like Deep Blizzard really like the default watercolor brush in Paint Tool Sai, but then like how Paint Tool Sai wasn't as like fancy as like Clip Studio Paint, and then this is like the thing to like an attempt to recreate it basically. Okay, I think my eyes are getting a little tired, so I think I will start wrapping things up. But okay, I'm glad that we finally started the rendering. Okay, but yeah, makes me happy to finally see it. I can look at it all day. Yeah, so like vibes wise, we have this going, we'll have this, we'll have this. Oh wait, that looks already really good. Holy frick. Wow, that really made a difference. How are y'all liking this so far? Okay, yeah, this is kind of like cooking a lot more than I thought. Did I forget to start recording this time lapse? Oh. Well, I have the stream, so I can use that. Wow, that looks really good. If I say so myself. Alright, I think I will end it here for the night. I want to thank everyone for hanging around for so long because I think this is probably one of the longer streams. Maybe 2.5 hours, yeah. But yeah, it was nice chatting, especially a lot about like lore today and just like general excitement for RDO. Yeah, I want to thank Hio again for the raid earlier. I really appreciate that. Wahoo! And I think I will wrap it up. I don't know when I'll be streaming this. I might do this off stream because I'm going to go into the holidays for work, so I'm probably just gonna be hanging out with friends, maybe drawing with them. But yeah, otherwise I will end it here. Thank y'all for coming. I hope y'all be able to drop by a future stream, or maybe at a local, or maybe at an Ascent. Otherwise, I will see y'all later. Have a good night, good rest of your morning, wherever you are. And wow.